Good morning. It is Monday, September 8th. It's important, I feel, to always put the date when you're doing your video and when you're making a post, so people who are following you understand where you're at on that day, because things can change very, very quick. And like my dad used to say, fate turns on a dime, and you just have to decide what side of that coin you want to be on, and that is my tagline that I always use at the end of any of my videos. Hope you can hear me. As you see, I am in my little studio this morning. My makeup room is in this corner. My paints are right in front of me, and of course my sewing machine is on the other side. Have a few little projects I've been working on, have been very, very quiet. The post-traumatic stress disorder that has come with losing my horse, fighting with certain entities to make situations right when I know the law. It's taken a toll. Business at my gig. The gig is fine. The people I work with are all fine. Customer base, if you follow any of the restaurant server side of TikTok, you know where I'm coming from. I'm not real sure where people, customers, clients, where they are at financially in their own personal life, but it is taking a toll in the restaurant industry. And we are doing everything we can. What's the word I want to use? We are doing everything we can to lift morale, to try to make the environment as pleasant can be, while trying to look at our own personal funds and live life. It's a mess out there right now. It really, really is. I worked our art fair yesterday. Went in at 10, was done by 6. It was good. It was a good day. I only worked the one day, the art fair. My co-workers, they all worked it Friday night, Saturday night. And typically we are off on Mondays, which I am always off on Monday. Mondays and Fridays are my day off. They have to be dragging ass this morning. It was a lovely, lovely art fair, and we were in, I won't say competition, but there was another bigger art fair going on in Clayton, which I would have loved to have gone to, but it seems with this post-traumatic stress disorder that I have been dealing with, I go to work, I do what I have to do, looking for projects around the house to calm my mind, trying to reboot a lot of my art classes, but I don't get out very much anymore. The one part of me that used to love to pack a bag and just get the hell out looking for new adventures and new opportunities, I don't know where that girl went, but I think that has a lot to do with my car and the additional funds that I'm having to put back into it since the dealership has decided they no longer wanted to honor a warranty, and I don't have one more fight left in me. So I've been working on new projections, new things that I want to do, and with the art show that I worked yesterday for my outside gig, I walked around looking at all of the other talented artists that were there. A lot of paintings, acrylics, oils, a few watercolors, which I have been trying to master my watercolors because I want to teach that class. A couple of things, trying to work on my birds, trying to figure out the new paints that I have. That's just a doodle sheet to see how the paints actually glide. But a lot of the artists yesterday, I was looking at prices. And I did see a couple people walking around with prints. For some reason, this reminds me of Cinderella. But anyway, I was watching people walk around with prints, which gives me plenty of ideas, because I must have 35 paintings from classes that I taught, and I don't sell my original paintings. I'll do a custom painting for somebody, but I don't get rid of the ones that I have. And jokingly and teasing, I say to my daughter, "That's your inheritance," and she laughs. She goes, "Who's going to want all that junk, Mom?" You never know. Once you're gone, what you have may be valuable to somebody else. And when you're alive, people don't understand the time and your personal value that goes into your work. So, with all that kind of said, I think I want to take some of my original art and turn them into illustrations. I have been on my computer a little bit trying to find, I don't like AI art, but I like the elements that a Photoshop has, and I have been looking for different element type Photoshop sites that can manipulate the color and kind of bring it to life the old school way. I do love AI. I think it helps tremendously as a writer, making sure that I am formatting my own words, my own style, my own storyline. But yesterday as I was walking around, this was something that just really caught my eye. And anybody who is an artist or is a crafter, jump in here and leave a comment, because greeting cards, where I love the greeting card thing, but for $10 for a greeting card, and I have not bought a card, blah, 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 I'm falling over words. I have not bought a card in a while, like at Walgreens, CVS, or I don't go into the Hallmark store, it's overpriced, Walmart. And if I do buy a card, it's usually on the $1, $2 side. I understand it costs far to have things printed out, but to charge $10 for a greeting card that you're going to send in the mail, which I do believe in snail mail. I think everybody needs to get back to snail mail. Let's get our post office back up and running the way we know, us boomers, know it should work. But what happens to that card when you send it to that person and they don't find the beauty in your work or your craft, and it goes in a drawer? I have a hard time thinking about that. As far as an illustration, at least you know if somebody is buying something large, and I thought I saw $85 was the going price for 8 by 12 illustration. To me, I thought that was a lot. You know, I don't really want to become a millionaire off of one piece of work, just trying to make a little extra money. That's why I took the teaching approach. You know, let me show you how to take your craft and let's go public with it. You know, let me show you how to do social media, how to start a blog. But yesterday, as I was walking around looking at everything, there was one gal that did really stand out, though. She took pastry bags and was making designs on canvases with a pastry bag, I guess modeling clay, and mixed with paint, mixed media. But it was interesting. And I would love to do a one-woman art show somewhere with all the things that I have. So I just been working on things, and I didn't even say who I am. I am Kitryn Marie, reside in St. Louis, Missouri, an artist, writer, speaker, life and a business coach. Very much have taken a backseat to a lot of things because I'm just trying to rework who I am, what I do. I don't want to tell the same story. At this point, it doesn't matter the why into who I became. What matters is who I am now. So y'all take care, and I'll see you real soon.